Next we will discuss about naming conventions in Java. How you have to define class name, how you have to define method name, how you have to call method, how you have to define variable, how you have to define package. Some naming conventions should be there. You have to follow those. We will discuss what are the naming conventions now. Naming conventions. Naming conventions are nothing but following some standards in writing programs that gives good approach. First we will see about naming a class or interface or enum. Naming a class or interface enum. Class name should be noun because it represents things. Things are nothing but like class name we have to mention. Class name will be noun like it's a name, either it is a bank or bike or any real world object by using a class name. That's why it should be noun. Class name should be in title case, means every word first letter should start with capital letter. This is about naming a class or interface or enum. We will see an example. Like for example, I have a bank. I have to write class name called bank, like first letter should be capital letter, then bank. Then we have like animal. A should be capital letter, then animal. If I am using the name which is having more than one word, then you have to mention like this. For example, Hemant, next letter is Kumar. K should be capital. comma, etc. These are the naming conventions for class, interface and enum. Next we will discuss a naming conventions for variable. Naming a variable. Variable variable name also should be noun, because it represents values. Next, in variables name, first word, first letter should be small, and after that every word first letter should be capital letter. These are the naming conventions for variable. We will see example how to write it. And we have one more thing to discuss. We have final variables in Java. In final variables, all the letters should be capital and words must be connected with underscore. We will see example. First we will see example for normal variables. Example, like we have student name, comma, employee name, comma, etc. These are the naming conventions for variables. First word, first letter should be small, then next word, first letter should be capital. If we follow this, your code is perfect according to programming standards. Then we will see example for final variables. Like we have black, comma, Hemant, comma, withdrawn, comma, and we have minimum balance. If you are using another word in final variables, you have to use underscore, then balance, comma, etc. These are the final variables, naming conventions of final variables. Next we will discuss about naming methods. Method name should be verb because it represents action. In method name, first word, first letter should be small, and after that every word first letter should be capital and should follow parenthesis. This is about naming conventions on methods. We will say example. Example, like we have get balance. This is a method name. First word, first letter should be small. Next words, first letter should be capital. These are the naming conventions we have to follow for methods. Like we have get student name, etc. These are the naming conventions for methods. Next we will discuss about naming the packages. Naming packages. All letters should be small and its length should be as short as possible. All letters should be in small and its length should be as short as possible. We will see examples how to name a package. Example, like we have inbuilt packages, you can see in our lib folder. We have like lang package, comma, we have util package, comma, and we can name our package name like blogic, comma, any name. If you want to mention a package name, all the names, all the letters should be small letters, etc. These are the naming conventions to follow in programming. Next, we will discuss about user-defined and predefined. What are the user-defined and predefined? User-defined and predefined. What is difference between user-defined and predefined? What is the meaning of those both? User-defined is nothing but whatever the logic or in the logic in methods or anything which is written by a programmer is called user defined. The logic in methods or variables or anything which is written by Oracle or any developers which is already defined in API classes. Those are called predefined classes or predefined methods. Anything which is already there and which is given by a Oracle corporation or which is developed by other programmers is called predefined classes or methods. And user defined means which is developed by a developer, like the person who is developing a project, he is writing his own logic, his own methods. Those are called user defined methods and user defined logic. The API classes, API methods, and we have lib files. In lib folder we have jar files. The jar files contain so many predefined classes. All those classes contains predefined methods. We will use that predefined methods in our user defined classes. User defined classes are nothing but which is developed by ourselves. Those classes and methods are called user defined. So this is the difference between user defined and predefined.